I just remembered a saying that I like heard a lot from in elementary school, both from teachers and from classmates. It was "Get what you get, you don't throw a fit." And I'm now realizing that that is a terrible way to live life. Like seriously, like get what you get and don't throw a fit. It's terrible. Don't do that. Don't live like that. I mean, unless the get what you get part, unless it's good, or unless maybe the saying should be get what you get, only throw a fit if it's unfair. But that doesn't really have the same ring to it, and also students' opinions aren't real, so the teachers can do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah, it is 12 days before school starts. I'm going into 8th grade, and I'm going back in physical school because online school was probably the worst experience of my life. And it's 12 days until I go back to school, and I'm not optimistic. But what's worse, I don't even have a face mask yet. I should probably get on that. So, I'll ask my parents about it. It's 11 days until school starts, and I'm walking right next to my 6th and 7th grade school, intermediate. And I see there are a couple of cars, and people are walking through the field. Just a couple of people, but still people nonetheless. I know they're not here for the school, but that worries me. If One Shot didn't exist, like as it does, like on Steam, Night Margin could have probably if they were already working on it, and they had like the complete RPG, like the original RPG Maker version, they hadn't released it yet. They could have probably submit like a shortened version of it, of One Shot, under like Jonas Trailer's, I don't know how to pronounce the name, Jonas Trailer's WoWie Game Jam 2.0, because the theme for that jam was intentional bugs. It would have fit. I just realized there are all these memes going around like how what's the song name? It's the man behind the slaughter, that one. It's been so long, that's the one. We're making memes about that, and we're saying about how good it was. We're having nostalgia for 6 years ago. Another thing about that is a long time. 6 years ago. So people are a lot older than they were. I was... How old was I? I'm 13 now. Just into almost 14. A couple of months. So if I'm 13 now, 2019, 12, 2018, 11, 2017, 10, 2016, 9, 2015... I was 7 years old when Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out. I was 7. Jesus. Huh. Time flies, doesn't it? I thought, no joke, before I looked it up, I thought Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was released in 2016, not 2014. My God. I just watched Tom Scott's video on Zurich of Switzerland and its water fountains, and I've learned that if you're in Europe, so that's not. I really need it. If you're in Europe when the disaster for December 2020 hits, head to Switzerland. You won't die there. I just realized, why do so many survival horror games take place in like a zombie apocalypse. Like like Last of Us, Resident Evil. Silent Hill doesn't count. That's not survival. That's just pure horror. What are other survival horror games? I mean, those are the two main ones, but like a lot of survival horror games take place in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, well, I can only think of two right now, but like, I'm sure there's more. In fact, a lot of shooting games take place in zombie apocalypse in general. Well, I guess that's kind of obvious because you're shooting zombies, not real people, so it doesn't count. You know, zombies are popular. T minus 3 days, 3 hours until school starts. This year, I'm going into 8th grade. I know what teenagers my age are like. I had to deal with them in 6th and 7th grade. 8th grade is probably going to be worse. Well, either it's going to be a little bit worse or a little bit better. I'm not optimistic. And with the COVID-19 pandemic going on right now, and with the entire mess that everything is, I'm fully expecting this to be a nightmare. God help us all. Can I just say that one of the funniest things I've ever thought of is like something that like on like when you first read it, it sounds like super deep and you get you thinking, like fucking like something. Like I saw this Tumblr post that was like about a salamander or something. It was like, you'll eat from my hand but won't look me in the eye, and it was it's something that sounds super deep, but what it's referring to, what the author is referring to, is just something so mundane and just so. Like I want to set my status to like my memories torture me or something, and then when someone asks what that means, it's just like, I'm referring to those cringy memories that you get in your head when you're trying to sleep at like 3 a.m. I've just realized that I have this innate ability to just remember, like in like a video game, if I've played it a lot, I have this innate ability to just remember the exact words a character said in that one sequence, beat for beat, syllable for syllable. I can just remember how they said it and what they said perfectly, to the point that I can recite it just off the top of my head, to the point that it almost annoys my friends when I correct them, when they make a reference to that one sequence that I remember. Ooh boy. I swear I'm reverting back to my 3-year-old's sense of humor. We've come full circle. I'm entertained by blowing into a straw. Oh.